Alright, I just got my floors in today in the mail. Had to do a little bit of trimming on this side here. I had to trim this. It looks like we still have a little bit of a hole here, so I'm gonna have to get some just sheet metal and work on that corner. I had to trim the front up. That went kind of far up there and was no need because there's all good metal right there. And over here, I think I might trim this lip down a tiny little bit just to get it to sit down further. And then what I did is I just took a can of spray paint and I just sprayed real quick around the outer edge, because what I'm going to do is get this out, and then I'm going to cut the floor out, you know, like about an inch and a half below the line. And that way I don't have just layers of, you know, old rusty floor and stuff. So I'll just cut this out real nice, put that floor in there, weld it up real good, POR 15 the whole thing, and then eventually I want to have the interior Rhino lined. So that'll be good. So I'm gonna get this floor in, and then we're gonna move on to the other one. So I will get back to you as soon as I start cutting. All right, back at the Jeep, found a rot hole. Only one on the whole frame, which is great news. I mean, there's this little crap back here, but I'm not worried about that too much. This is the only one, so I'm gonna cut out a patch and I'm gonna fill that in. This hole was here, so I'm just gonna cut out a patch and make sure that hole's there, and should be good to go. And get back to you in a minute. All right, I just got that patch in there and welded up, ground down to bare metal, and I just put some paint over it to protect it. I'm going to put that POR paint all over the chassis, and I think the inner wheel wells too. Once I finish fixing this rot here, I'm going to cut this whole section out and just put in a new piece. Shouldn't be too difficult. Yeah, and then over here I just did this little corner up there was bad right here. This was rotten, so I cut that out and I put in a new patch. And you know, I don't have the hole perfectly round with the other piece, but the gas filler neck goes in there, covers that all up. The rest of this stuff's been treated with that rust inhibitor, and then these parts are done. The rocker's done, and I got to pull off this piece here and just get to here. There's no rot holes anywhere, but I can feel this is a little bubbly rusty up here, and you don't feel any rot holes in behind it, but I just want to get that cleaned up. So I did I got that new piece patched in there, cut that out, and found a piece of steel here that was the right thickness and got it to fit in there and welded it all up real nice and ground it down flat and smooth. And I just threw some rust inhibiting paint or whatever that, rust stop paint, whatever it is, on there just because that was super bare metal. I'm gonna go ahead and really grind this up really well. And then I got that POR, was it POR 15 or something? That chassis paint, that's coming. And I think I'm gonna do the wheel wells. And before that, I just got to do this repair here. So I have the sheet metal for that. I'm just going to go ahead and cut this section out here, I think, and then across to this brace here. I'm going to grind in here because this isn't a hole. I'm going to grind in here and see if I can't get the bare metal. So I think the only part that I need is just this like 2 inches here, and then up along this line, this little indentation. I'll cut that out and then weld the new patch in there, and that should be good for there.